Afternoon to all the listeners of 98.6 I Radio and at Convenient Sudan. My name is Diko aka DJ Rhino, and you guys are welcome to the last hour of the show, in which normally we do have a guest in the studio every Monday, Tuesday, and every Monday, Tuesday. I'm bigger that Lisa to come at 211 MX. But I just know that whenever it comes to this very hour, we're always being visited by some amazing guests who are having impact in the community and as well in the society. And today, with pleasure, I'm having none other than that is Miss South Sudan, Uganda. That is none other than Sanyo. Am I pronouncing the name right?
The name is Senya.
Senya. Okay, I think it's the writing for one. Senya Victoria.
Yes.
You're welcome to our radio.
Thank you. I'm so humbled to be here.
Okay. How have you been in Juba? Have you been here for long?
No, it's roughly 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. When it comes to you, Senya, once more time, I would love to welcome you to the Soundtrack Show. Also, to begin with everything, how does it feel representing South Sudan and as well in Uganda in the beauty pageantry? Because it's very hard, and with your age as well. By the way, she's very young. I don't want to mention because gali banat maburi umurta monza.
That's a lie.
With your age and as well with the pressure, like how do you feel representing the flag in Uganda?
I feel it's a great honor. Since you said it comes with a lot of pressure and expectations from the public. I'm so proud that I hold South Sudan flag so high in Uganda, and I'm not only a queen for Uganda because I'm Miss South Sudan Uganda, based in Uganda, but I can do projects in South Sudan as well.
Okay.
Yes.
When it comes to you, take us a little bit back of who Sanya is or who is Victoria before the crown. What can you tell us about you, and even what shaped you to be the woman that we're having today?
Senya is the girl that was born from Ye in Umbasi.
Okay.
I'm Makakwa by tribe. A born of James Nyekese Amosa, and my mom is Sandy Rose. She lives in Ye, and my dad lives here in Juba.
Okay.
But unfortunately, I was raised by a single dad, and I was taken to Uganda in primary 1. That's where I studied my entire time.
Okay.
And after the senior 4 in 2019, I was supposed to sit in 2019, but we got some economical challenges. And then I was brought to the refugee camp in Kiriandongo, where I was registered under school that we studied the South Sudan syllabus, and then we were brought to South Sudan to sit for our exams. So my senior 4, I sat it at Nimle SS.
Okay.
And after that, I went to an institute, did a certificate in accounting and finance. I got done with my diploma, and now I'm upgrading for my bachelor's degree in science of accounting and finance.
So money talks, huh? So that's the fashion.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've always dreamed to be an accountant since I was a kid.
Okay.
I'm just inspired on how they dress and how they carry themselves. So
and now even you have added it with a crown on top of that on that accounting certificate. Wow, this is so amazing. And with the profile that you are having so far, you being an accountant who even pursuing more degrees into your education level, and as well you being a miss, how do you balance the two? Because we mentioned earlier on, already being a miss is a pressure itself. Now adding school on top of it, like it's just it's a lot for the person.
Okay. Miss South Sudan was held in December. The grand finale was 13th of December. And
December 2024?
Yeah, 2024. And by then I was doing internship. So we had to speak, because most of the girls that contested were students. So we had to speak to the management and our trainers so that we can have trainings in the evening when we are done with our school, or those who are doing intern when they are done, and then we come for the training. So with the projects and our work as queens, when we are for halls, that is mostly the time that we carry out projects. But if there's something that needs, like emergency, that needs us on ground, we also have to perform our duty.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting. And you mentioning different locations of where you were born at, then you have to be taken to the refugee, and then now jiggling between here and there, and at the same time the identity and the challenge, because like they always say, east to the west, home is the best. But you being outside there is still try to maneuver your way through the challenges that you have faced in life, and even trying to be someone in the society, or even be someone that could be of a help to your community. How was that working with you as well? Because remember, you're a foreigner in a foreign land.
It's always not easy to be a refugee.
Yeah.
That is it. But with the countries that I've been with, I did not face a lot of challenges because I adapted their cultures and I had to learn the language so that I could fit in. But still, I remained a South Sudanese, and I'm blessed to be one.
That's a bara Vrutano wala Arabi Juba.
Arabi Juba, and my mother tongue, I can speak it.
Are you sure the bara Arabi Juba?
Swear.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Sani, Miss South Sudan, Uganda, and we're here having a very great conversation. And in case if you have just joined and you have any other questions, don't hesitate to just comment with your question, and later on we are going to be opening the line for you people to call as well. And when it comes to your project, because in a beauty pageantry, there is the project someone needed to be doing. When it comes to you as a person, what was it, you as a queen, what was your project all about?
I had contested before for Miss Junubia.
Okay.
And I had a project on advocating for girl child education. But for Miss South Sudan, Uganda, I focused on sexual and reproductive health of adolescents in South Sudan.
Okay.
Yes.
When it comes to talking about sexual reproductive adolescents, I get the beginning landa sab kida shanzul bonus public. Like, wasn't it a little bit of a tough project, or it was something that you have seen and say like, no, I think this one require me to be in the position of a queen so that I can help out to set awareness as well to the people and the young ones surrounding you?
Why I chose that project, and it wasn't hard for me because I went through that challenge. As I told you before, I was raised by a single dad, and being that fact, I faced a lot of challenges. I missed out crucial information about my body and my well-being. So it's not something new to me because I've been there before. So I saw if I was given this platform, it will help me educate other girls out there that are facing the same challenge like me and create awareness. Yes. In that very project that you have done for Miss Uganda, because you have mentioned you have participated in Miss Junubia, then you have participated in Miss South Sudan Uganda. Like for the project of Miss South Sudan Uganda, like have you ever faced any moment that been facing you at the working in that space, or even working in that kind of a project? Like, you mean a challenge?
Yes.
Yeah, I faced challenges because I had to do the project in the refugee camp in Kiriandongo, where most of us South Sudanese are based, and at least I'm familiar with the environment. But sometimes reaching out to certain people is hard, and funds to facilitate the project, because you have to go to schools, educate girls about their sexual and reproductive health, but you have to have materials that you're supposed to use to elaborate what you're talking about. Yeah, that's the only challenge I faced.
What about the peers? Because like a young, of course, you're going to be talking to young people around you, yeah? So they will say like, I see the video, you want to say adoption.
No, it's not adoption, because I work with a group of people that are male and female, so we are not supposed to combine the girls with boys, because the conversation that we have with girls is different, and with boys is also different. So I have a team that handles the boys, especially when I go for school campaigns, and then me and certain team we handle the girls, and then we teach them about their menstrual cycle, how to keep themselves clean, the hygiene, and
Interesting.
Yes.
Wow, this is a quite of a one. And when it comes to you being the Miss today, apart from the influence of the background that you grew from, is there any particular person who been there supporting you and giving you a, hey, go girl, go sign you, go sign you? There's this type of high people around you.
Okay.
Yeah?
First, I started my modeling career at the International School of Modeling in Kampala. I was a runway model.
Okay.
But
Which year was that?
I think 2024.
Okay.
Yes,
Interesting.
in January. And always when we have trainings, my trainers will be like, you're not fit to be a runway model because we feel you deserve to be a queen because you can speak and you can use your voice to create an impact. And I had to take it up. I came for Miss Junubia here in Juba.
Okay.
And at first, my dad was hesitant because you know the society and everything.
I know.
So he was hesitant about the whole process. But shockingly, when we went for the grand finale, I asked him, I begged him, I was like, Dad, you need to attend this show because you're the only person that I have. If I see you, I'll have the strength to face it. And then he's like, it's fine. Surprisingly, he came early and he was seated and he waited. My first time I stepped on stage, I gave my introduction. Second time, and then the audience was like, oh my God, contestant number 4. And to my shock, when I was doing my project, everyone was shouting, and he stood up and he's like, that's my daughter. So since that day, he has been inspiring me, giving me all the support that I need with attires, everything. Even sometimes when I want to run my project, he always helps me out. So he's the one who inspires me.
It's wow.
Yeah.
This is a quiet one. Why I mention this because in our society, being in the position of being in the pageantry, but the beauty pageantry, like the community still haven't adopted or even haven't changed the mindset of how to look into modeling or even how to look into beauty pageantry because they think like banat the best burana kabura libiso arianin, or they're going to be showing their skin outside or this and this and that, and a lot of hearsay. But with the support of the people that we have in our life, I think it will be so good because I can tell you, like, he will have a story to go and tell, like, hey, my daughter made me proud and this is what she have done, 1 2 3, and at least that would be a change of a narrative to some communities as well. You're still talking about the project that you did. Also you mentioned about you advocating for girl child education among South Sudanese in Uganda. What was the most heartbreaking story that you have encountered while you doing your work or your project?
I met one of the teenagers who was 15 years in the refugee camp, and she was a mother of 3. And when I asked her how it all happened, she said by the time there was a war in South Sudan in 2016, they were forced to go to the camp. And when they reached the camp, things were hard for them, like no food, no medication. Life was not the same. So the best resolution like their parents could have was to give her off so they can get dowry and use it to help her sisters. But she really would want to go back to school. But as you know, sometimes being a mother of 3 and her husband is older than her, and then he doesn't support the sense of going back to school. That's what hurt me, because she's a young girl with dreams and she has something she hopes. Yeah.
Wow. And do you think even it could be one of the many stories that we are having? And what do you think in your power? Already you have done the project, or you're still doing the project, but of course it will be needing over hand in hand. It's not supposed to be a Sanyu's task alone to be helping in such situation. What will be that one thing you really would love to add on the project already that you are already doing with the girl education?
I would just want partnership with organizations and different people that would want to advocate for girl child education to help me extend this project to different parts of the country, so that we can see that our girls succeed. Yes, because an educated girl has more value.
Yeah, that's for sure. And I think that's why both of us are here, right?
Yeah.
That's very true. I supposed to. By the way, this is just a tip for people outside that I supposed to be hosting you last week in commemoration of the hepatitis International Hepatitis Day, and also we came to know that you're leading the campaign of hepatitis B. Why this cause, and even why now?
In particular, I came to Juba for this specific campaign.
Okay.
Because when we're in Uganda, like most of our fellows would lose their loved ones, and if you ask them the cause, it will be like it's hepatitis B. And you know, anything that affects people in the country, it also affects us that are outside. So I felt like there's something that needs to be done about the disease, because hepatitis is a silent killer disease. Yes. And there are high rates of hepatitis. With the statistics so far, the kingdom of Zande had the king himself started with his family members testing and screening, and he extended it to the community. But shockingly, over 150 people in Yambio tested positive. So I feel, and in Juba, the testing is there in Juba Teaching Hospital, but I feel people are not aware about their status and about the disease. So if it is in Yambio, just one like place, so what do you think is in Juba?
Wow.
Yeah.
And even when it comes to that, like someone mentioned, like people are now even, they will go test for HIV, but they will not test for hepatitis. And,
Exactly.
and that will be giving you that shock, like, like what are we not doing enough to make more awareness? Because if hepatitis B is a deadly disease, and as well our communities are already contracting those diseases, what can we do better? Because like some of we can go, anama ayan, why should I go for screening? Anama ayan, why should I go for checking? Anama ayan. Like there's this type of a mindset. But I think with the sort of view people being around, I think some changes as well will be coming, and especially when it comes to youth. And every time or any time let me say a guest come to the Soundtrack show, I always emphasize on the youth. Why mentioning the youth? Because like we are 75% of the whole population. So if it's not us taking care about ourselves, who will be taking care of us? Because like, but in the near future, mustaqbal can never go mafi. So like I think we need to be working hand in hand. When it comes to you, you're a youthful person, a very young young queen that we are having. What do you think about the youth of South Sudan?
Well, like
In
generally,
general, yes.
The youth of South Sudan, we are facing a lot of challenges, but you know, as youth, we're not given the liberty and freedom to speak out. Yes.
So freedom of speech, it can be one of the main things.
Yes, that is pressing. Though, because you may have something that you really feel should be done, but since you're not given the freedom to exercise it, it's really hard. That's why some people just decide to keep quiet or remain silent about certain things.
Wow. Because like when it comes to our youth, we are really facing a lot, and I think also we are going to be reaching somewhere, inshallah, by God's grace, and with hard work as well. Because like Ajerama Bijasahelo, even if you're trying to get something, you have to prove yourself that you're worthy of something that you're trying to get. But if you're a little bit reluctant, if you're a little bit here and there, of course it will never happen. So, and that's why you fought yourself and you fought your way, and we are here. You have South Sudan, Uganda, right? So I think it all require hard work for someone, and as well, if the mindset also is right, it will definitely be achieved. Earlier on, we mentioned about pageantry being labeled as something not good into our society and whatsoever. What do you think about the pageantry, or some people criticize the BG pageantry is something with glam and a little bit of substance? Because this critic, especially when you're working deeply with social issues, people will not understand like, she is doing something good to the community, or is coming to have a future project within the community as well.
Okay, pageantry, the main vision and mission for pageantry is to empower girls, give them the platform to endorse policies and advocate for something that is creating a positive impact in the society. Because when we go for pageantry, aside the training, we meet different mentors that teach us and guide us on our careers and the specific like project. Because if you're to see most of the projects, and most of the times after you're crowned, we have to perform those duties, and I don't believe that pageantry is the reason why girls are spoiled, but it instead teaches us, because since I joined pageantry, I've never remained the same. Yes.
Okay. Wow. And also, when it comes to you still being that very young, ambition type of a lady, like, have you ever been undermined, or they said, they've been here?
So many times.
What is that one story that keeps sticking into your head?
So many times, because I remember I had a community outreach in Kiriandongo, and it was especially for the mothers and fathers. So when I came, and then some man was like, "You guys made us sit here to come and listen to this young girl, and what is she going to tell us?"
Yeah.
So it wasn't easy, but I had to, because when we are for the boot camps, they teach us how to manage our emotions and the public expectation, because he didn't expect to see me. He thought he was going to see maybe a big person. But when I kept talking and he's listening, he even came back and said, "I'm sorry."
Wow.
I judged you.
At least they say sorry. Yeah.
I judged you, but I'm really sorry. So.
Wow. Could such moments like give you that type of a way of giving up, or maybe you say like, I think
I've never thought of giving up, because I have something that is pressing me, and it's me to use my voice to create a change, because the change begins with you, no one else. So if I such things like someone says she's a young girl, and then queens are trained to become. Yes.
Okay. Also, when it comes to you working closely with refugees and communities, I would love to know your honest opinion on the view of both Uganda and South Sudan handling youth and women in displacement settings. Because when it comes to the women, or even to the youth, there's a lot been happening. If being negatively, of course, and there are many stories that keep coming, and even some just go under the bed about it. But what do you think, or even what's your opinion about it?
Like how they're handling the women in the refugee camp.
Yes.
Actually, with the people I've interacted with, most of the time these people face a lot of challenges, because you're in someone's country, and then most of the things are given to the people in that country. Sometimes they are given stuff and they don't reach to them. And besides, being a refugee, you don't have a voice in someone's country.
Okay.
Yeah, so they are not allowed to exercise their rights and speak up if something is pressing them. Yes.
Wow. 0922-986-986 or 0911-986-986. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here talking with Miss South Sudan, Uganda. That is Victoria in whom she came to talk to us more about herself, and as well tell us what does she do, and as well what is her project, and many more other conversation that you have missed, because we have started the conversation. You can always go back and check out with that is iRadio South Sudan on YouTube and Facebook, so that you'll be getting to know what we have talked about, and even contribute, because there are some few comments here that I will also love to share. Like in Kamanta Kander Wonusubo au Asma Sototo, itabag da dugulan na telephone for 0922 986 or 0911-986-986. Gibelik Nagzareli go comment. Mini Steven, he's watching us from Nyambio. Princess Mona is saying massive. Dengwall, I'm watching you live from Gudele 2. Wisdom is saying I'm watching you live in Unity State, Kochi County. Then Bolnyang is saying he's watching us from his home, that is in Australia. Then Philip is watching us live from Uganda. Then Prince Steve, he said, I'm Stephen Malesh Peter, watching you live from Yei Town. It's a really interesting conversation. Then Grace Pierre is watching us from Cairo. Then there's a long comment here. From Luke Galwak is saying, watching a live from Juba, a POC. Number 3, my suggestion on those deadly disease on the issue of a checkup. I'm urging the government of South Sudan to create mechanism of open free test center for hepatitis A, B, and C, then also HIV and AIDS. And then Emmanuel is watching us from Yambio, that is Western Equatoria State capital. And keep commenting or keep liking, and as well, in case you would love to hear more from her, we're still here and we're still going to be enjoying together, because we are almost wrapping up at the whole conversation. When it comes to your biggest dream, what is your biggest dream for a young South Sudanese girl who looks up to you right now? Because like you have done a lot, and I bet whoever is gonna watch this, or they're already watching in Kiredongo Hinaka, I bet they'll see like, that's the girl. That's the one I want to be like.
My biggest dream for every girl in South Sudan, not only South Sudan, worldwide, is to see that all of us succeed and we take our education serious, because it's the only thing, it's the only parent we have, and it's the only thing that we can use to get a living.
Okay. Also, we get a tip that you're also participating in that is Miss Yay as well. Tell us a little bit about your role in that one as well.
Okay. Miss Yay is a pageant that I'm initially planning to start in Yei County, because I want to empower our girls in Yei, to give them a platform so that they can compete in national levels, internationally, and because from the time I've been young up to now, I've not had anything of Miss Yei, and I feel our girls in Yei are being left out since it's my home area, and I would want to do something for them. Yes.
They always say east to the west.
Home is the best.
Yes, so you're starting from home, yeah? When it comes to beauty pageantry, I can tell you, Miss Victoria, is that we do have a lot of pageantry, but when it comes to the impact, like we don't see the impact anywhere, because someone might come with a pageantry. Today is Miss Kida. No man miss the big guy. For me to count them, I even fail. How many I get a pageantry do we have in South Sudan? Which bring me to this question, like how unique Miss Ye is going to be like, and even what's going to be the impact, because you mentioned about the impact, or even what or the vision that you want, or even why you created Miss Ye, or why you are initiating Miss Ye as well. So I would love to know from your own perspective, what could be unique about the one you're creating, apart from the many that we are having already.
I want Miss Yes to be a continuous project that happens every year, and I would want to advise and advocate, like use those girls to use their voices, not to just look at themselves in the mirror and end at that, but see beyond that, and to empower them, to give them a platform so that they can puts like a positive impact on the society. And with other pageants, as you have mentioned, it always comes through. The problem is with management, whereby you get a pageant, it happens today, and then from nowhere it disappears, or the queens are not performing. I would not want the same for Miss Ye. I would want to have a management whereby when we are done crowning our queens, we perform our projects, and reach out to different medias, to advocate for what is pressing them. Yes.
Interesting. Any day picked, or any time soon, and we're going to be expecting that?
Not yet, because I'm going to school on 18th of August. But we are writing the proposal. And definitely when the day is due, we are going to print out posters, and we shall be letting people know. Yes. So
I can be a miss also.
Yes.
When I grow up, I want to be like you.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Getting to the end of it, after this chapter of Miss Victoria, what is next for Asenye? Like, is it political? Is it foundation? What's the future? What is the future? Or even what are we going to be expecting to see from you, apart from the project that you're trying to do already?
A future accountant and an advocate for girl child rights in South Sudan. and someone that will, a humanitarian, that would want peace in South Sudan, because my dream is to have peace in every home, every state, every village in South Sudan. That's my dream.
Interesting. If you could speak to every young woman or young lady across South Sudan and Uganda in one sentence, what could that be as we are signing out?
I would tell them to believe in themselves, because true beauty shines through confidence, self-respect, kindness, and believing in your self-worth. And my closing remarks will not be only sending that message to the girls, but urging everyone that has had this conversation out there, please go for hepatitis B testings and screening, and please get the vaccination. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Victoria, for passing by iRadio, and hope to see you very soon, inshallah. And we are going to keep following you up. And in case of anything, don't hesitate. Soundtrack family is here for you, and we are going to be supporting you in a way or another. But from us, this has been quite of an interesting conversation that we had together. And to the viewers, don't forget, this has been an interesting, one of the interesting conversation. I don't know, like each guest, this is the interesting one, this is the interesting one. But this one is the most interesting conversation that I happen to have, because like who have any time so it was a pleasure having you, Miss Victoria, around, and we are so proud of you. Put your heads up. There are challenges, there are left and right, ups and downs, but always put your focus right, and definitely God will make a way for you. And from me to you, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Tuesday edition on 98.6 iRadio with me, Diko the Andrew. Was lovely having you. As we are signing out, of course, we can never be missing these from Lul Simon, South Sudan.